It's my great privilege and a bit of a scary honor as father of the bride to be able not only to offer the first toast to the couple, but also to welcome you all here tonight. Let me just start out by saying that this speech is going to be very tough for me. I don't know how many of you know it, but Jenna, my daughter, is not only the youngest child of my wife and I. She's also our only daughter. We're a family of many boys. And yes. So consequently, I've had no practice at this. But because of those things too, as you might guess, Jenna has become my favorite daughter. But I do want to give a little shout out to Christine, though. She's maid of honor, and she's been like my second daughter for years. Anyway, let me just say this speech is going to be tough for me for another reason entirely. I hope you'll understand that I may have a little bit of emotion in it. And I thought I should get that out right away because I wanted to lower all your expectations and realize that, yeah, Steve is probably going to cry through some of this. And let's just be all okay with that, all right? Yeah, and I'll try to show it too. Anyway. Let me just say this, after looking over the whole crowd and knowing so many of you over the years and the entire group of you, I'm so impressed by the scope of the relationship foundation that these two have created over their lifetime, and especially the last 9 years. It's amazing. We have people here from coast to coast, people from New York, Kentucky, Oregon, Northern California, San Diego, and all points in between. Long Beach. Yeah, Long Beach, too.
Don't make me bring up Riverside.
So,
where? Shut up.
Excuse me.
951.
So on behalf of Wanda and Greg, my lovely wife Adrian and I, and of course Jenna and Zach, we want to thank you all for being here tonight, and especially those that have traveled so far here, where you've honored your commitment to our family, and we appreciate the efforts, and we are humbled. I'm sure that you've all heard before the African notion that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, if you look around this room, you are our village. You are all the people we love and care about. All of you, whether you know it or not, have had an impact on the development of both Zach and Jenna, and have formed them into the beautiful couple that you see today. And we thank you for your influence and your love. Now, having greeted all of you, I want to turn my attention to the bride and groom. I gotta say, my daughter, I want you all to know that all of Jenna's life, and she knows it to be true to this day, I have referred to her as my baby girl. And whatever happened today will not change that. She will be my baby girl forever, to my last breath and beyond. And to the groom, I say, remember that.
Threat. I love it.
Anyway, as I look at you tonight, honey, I've always thought you were cute. I've always thought you were beautiful. But tonight, oh my God, you're stunningly beautiful. And I was going to make a joke about the gown because it is so absolutely gorgeous. I thought of making a crack about how high priced it was. However, I think it was worth every penny. Amazing.
He hasn't cried yet. I'm proud of him.
Anyway, honey, forgive me if I can't help myself and look over. Oh boy, I'm starting to choke up already. Look over the last 27 years I've had with you. Almost 27 years, 1 month ago. But all I can do is reflect on it because, you know, I was there the day you were born.
Oh,
I cut the cord.
all right. Okay.
I was the first person to ever hold you in my arms. I will never forget it. I've never been so shocked by the blessing that the Lord had given, but I suddenly realized at that time I had no damn idea how to raise a dog. Right? They seem so precious and vulnerable as opposed to my boys. And I gotta tell you, you know, it's quite easy with the boys, you know. Just say, go get them, you get out there, you know. All of a sudden I realized, oh my God, I'm gonna have to protect her for the rest of my life until, or maybe if, she were to find the one man on this planet that I felt was worthy of her, right? I come from old school that way. I knew only that I wanted to make her strong, capable, and able to stand on her own 2 feet and be the equal of any man or woman on this planet.
That a boy.
All right? That was a goal. But I needn't have worried. This little headstrong bambino was all of that and more to handle.
Tessadora, huh, Grandma?
Anyway, truly, I didn't have to raise her as a daughter because all on her own, she made herself into a tomboy. She had no interest at all in any of the feminine things. No dollhouses. I remember one Christmas, we bought a dollhouse stood this high, but every room, all the furniture, and what have you. And that damn thing sat in her room for 3 years without ever once being touched. She had only one desire, right from the very start. She wanted to be out with her brothers and doing whatever they were doing. She was fearless from the start. Now, one thing, you know, I actually told both my wife and my daughter that I wouldn't say it here. But to add to my initial worries, my daughter was born with heart defects that required open heart surgery when she was just 3.5 years old. Now I want to tell you this story because for Jenna, it was just a pain in the butt to go in for the operation. I simply had told her they're going to fix you. And then she said, basically, well, when can I go play again? So that night, they performed the surgery. It was 100% successful. She was never to be threatened again. And when I finally was allowed to see her in intensive care. I rushed in, all concerned, and there she was, wired up from head to foot. And I said, "Honey, how are you doing?" And Jenna's first words, and I'll never forget it, was, "Dad, these guys are bugging me. When are we going home?" Whoa, you know. So I tried to keep her down and calm. Finally, a nurse had to ask me to leave because she would not go to sleep while I was there. She would argue with me the whole time. She was, in her mind, did they fix me? Yes. Well, then let's go home. Boom. And that's the way this young lady has attacked her life with such exuberance and strength that it's unbelievable. My problem was trying to hold her back. She was absolutely fearless. Now, in reflecting over those years, I will just give you a couple of examples. When she was about 6 or 7, her cat that she loved got sick and snuck under our house. And she was worried and wanted me to get it. And I said, "All right, I'll get it in just a minute." And I took the darn cover off, and Jenna dove into the house, scrambled all the way through across the dirt, the debris, the spiders, or whatever, and drug the cat out herself. All right? She was that type of young lady, but she was also a bit of a thrill seeker. It wasn't enough to play roughhouse games with her brother and her uncle. And by the way, a shout out to my brother Marty over there, who used to roughhouse with all of my kids and play what was called King of the Mountain. And Jenna was all in. Not only was she all in, if she thought she were losing, she would suddenly stop and shout, time out, new rule," but there was no backing her off, all right? So I credit my Uncle Marty with teaching her how to fight, which she did, and what happened. So she could be a little hellion, but she was also an outstanding athlete, playing roller hockey, soccer, and she was a soccer star on any team she was on. So, to me, it was just like raising a boy. You know, let them do what they're going to do. However, a scary thing happened. She began to get older. And I didn't know how to handle some of what was about to happen. But I want you all to know, and this is just a silly ass prop. Ooh, my whole damn speech. Anyway, this here is a picture of my daughter. All right? She looks like Little Red Riding Hood in the woods. All right? You can almost, it's just to give you an idea of what she was. She's toothless, she's dirty as hell, and she's having a ball in the woods. All right? I just kind of want you to remember that image, because whenever I think of my baby girl, that image pops into mind. All right. So, next, the teenage years approached, and I was caught totally off guard. This little tomboy, all of a sudden, whether we were at a soccer game or whatever, boys started appearing. And I suddenly woke up to the fact, oh my God, she started to shape up into a little beauty. I called my boys together and I said, you don't let any boy come within 100 yards of this one. Well, that only worked for a while. But I have to say, I viewed every single boy, especially in high school, as either a wolf or a little devil. And that might be because I remembered how I had been, but I was determined. All right? We were successful for a while. Because I told my daughter, and she'll remember this, any boy come up to you and want to ask you out, you just tell him one thing. And Jenna knows this to be true. I told it 100 times to her. Tell that boy, your father owns a piece of land in the desert. He has a shovel and a shotgun. Because if they were going to get to my daughter, they were going to have to go through me, and it would have to be one courageous guy to come into her life. And then the shock happened. I got her to the age of 17, just about to be 18. I think I'm being pretty successful. And Jenna decides she wants to sit down with me and have a heart-to-heart. She wants me to meet somebody. And I freaked out. I said, you're only 17. She said to me, Dad, he just wants to talk to you. He's just a friend of mine. Just let him talk to you. And I said, okay. But I knew that this guy was probably one of these. This is a picture of Zach. All right? This is Zach. And this is how I saw him. All right? This is Zach. Realistic, too. You see the blood coming down? Yeah. Now, I do apologize to your family about that, but now you know why I wanted that damn picture. Okay?